Good evening.
Sawadee Kap.
Welcome back to English News on Wednesday. I'm Charlie Crowson.
And I'm Chris Cellette. Welcome back, Charlie. You've been missing in action for quite some time.
I have. I've been MIA. I've managed to lose some hair on top. And I don't know if I've just grown through it or if it's gravity, but...
It's just stuck on there from all the sunscreen from all the time you've spent on the beach.
Yeah, just a little holiday beard, and I feel fresher for it. So, excellent couple of weeks. Been very lucky with the weather, and since I've been back in Korat, I think it's been pretty nice up here. It's been...
Yeah, the heat has disappeared. Yeah. The extraneous heat has definitely subsided. Now we just have that little afternoon normal heat. Cools down in the evenings.
And happy Labour Day to everyone out there. Anyone who spent time at the mall today will know that there's been a very special occasion. It has been heaving, but I wish everyone a very happy Labour Day. And we'll get started with our first piece of news. Over 1,500 employees in Songkhla province joined an activity of Thailand's Labour Day. The activity featured a parade of the ASEAN community and the anti-drugs movement. Today is National Labour Day here in Thailand. Every May the 1st, all employees and labourers off work spend their time with their family or relax. In Songkhla province, over 1,500 employees joined in activities for Thailand's Labour Day. The activity featured a parade for the ASEAN community and the anti-drug movement. The parade drew thousands of audiences along its way. The activity took place in Tina Sulanon Songkhla Stadium in Ampur Muang, Songkhla. The activity was set to honour the hard work of all the labourers in Thailand. They are all an important part of the nation's development, and National Labour Day is also the day that employees can do some activities with their employers together. Besides the parade, Songkhla Province also organised a concert and some recreations as well.
There you go.
So nice parades there in the street, everyone wearing remarkably green shirts and nice hats to cover themselves from the weather. Chris, did you celebrate today?
Yes, by doing nothing, which I believe is what you're supposed to do on Labour Day. Do they have a Labour Day holiday in England?
Labor Day? No, I don't think so.
It's a big one in the U.S. I know that they have the Labor Day weekend and they have a lot of sales. They have the Labor Day white sales. You know, you're supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
White on Labor Day.
After
Labor Day.
You can't wear white before Labor or something. I don't know. Now I don't remember. You're supposed to wear white after Labor Day. You're not supposed to wear white before Labor Day.
I'll Google it. See what happens.
You do that. Our next story also is about the National Labour Day as well. Many people had the day off today and brought their families to the Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo for Labor Day. The only thing that they want from the government is a lower cost of living. It's a special day for laborers across the country, as every May 1st, all governmental laborers and employees have the day off to spend time with their loved ones. Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo is one of the popular choices to spend the Labor Day holiday. As it is a relaxing place and spacious enough and finds space enough for everyone in the family, the Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo was very crowded today. At the zoo, visitors can see different animals and view special shows of talented animals. The water park inside the zoo is a favorite for families on this stay, especially when the weather is hot, as it was today. Ms. Jutimas Munsirapon, 21, a laborer from Buriram, said she had traveled to Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo with her family. She also said that the minimum wage policy of the government helps with her expenses, but it would be better if prices were cheaper on most goods and services. Even though her wage has risen, she hardly has enough savings at the end of the month, therefore would like to see cheaper prices on goods and services. So there you go, everybody out at the zoo enjoying the day off on a Wednesday.
Golf carts at the zoo is a great way to enjoy it as well.
And the water park, I'm sure today, I didn't go out there, but I'm sure the water park was filled with families, as they do like to get out there. And the water park is quite fun. Have you ever been to the water park at the zoo?
The water park at the zoo might be the only place in Korat to play mini golf. So if anyone hasn't managed to get down there, there's an excellent park. There's an excellent set of activities out the front. You can do quad biking, tiny motorbike riding if you want to feel like a giant, and obviously swimming in the slides. It's a fantastic place.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Must have been the reason why Miss Jutamas Munsiraporn traveled all the way from Buriram just to spend the day at the zoo.
Exactly. Third piece for this evening. Northern Thailand has been heating up again. The temperatures today went above 40 degrees Celsius. Citizens have been warned about heat stroke symptoms, and the Thai Meteorological Department also says storms might approach northeast areas this weekend. The Northern Centre of Thailand's Meteorological Department says the northern region of Thailand is getting hot again. The temperatures reached 40.2 degrees Celsius at Nan province today. Moreover, the temperature tends to get even higher during the day, and it might result in heat stroke symptoms as well. Citizens should avoid working or being in the sun for long periods and should wear comfortable clothing at all times. Mr. Jarun Lauhalachai, the director of the Northern Centre of Thailand's Meteorological Department, has revealed that storms will possibly approach the area this weekend. Some areas will face hailstorms or heavy rain. Citizens should be prepared. The Northern Centre of Thailand's Meteorological Department will keep track on the weather, which has been disabled recently. However, citizens will receive announcements from the department from time to time.
So,
make sure that you get lots of liquids inside, and that looks perhaps like some footage of a river down by Sungnan in CQ province, Ampere CQ.
oh, I think it's in Sungnan.
This is Sungnan, is it?
It's not. Isn't this, what province was this from? The weather is, temperatures
in
arriving?
Nan.
Nan.
is the-
Oh, well, there's lots of rivers in Nan, so it's probably could easily be footage from somewhere in Nan that looks like something in Sungnan.
Indeed. But
Meng.
the big message there from the Thai Meteorological Department is that heat stroke is certainly something that people should be looking out for, and make sure that children are staying inside, drinking lots of water, looking after each other.
It's an easy thing to prevent. Just plenty of fluids and wear a big hat, you know. Our next story up tonight comes from the Aviation Radio Center in Nakhon Ratchasima. The Aviation Radio Center in Nakhon Ratchasima is warning residents about the Bang Phai tradition, Bang Phai meaning firecrackers. Bang Phai organizers should inform the center before launching any firecrackers for safety precautions. Mr. Makhawan Suwanakut, the director of the Aviation Radio Center in Nakhon Ratchasima, said that today's Bang Phai or firecrackers have a higher performance and payload than in the past. After they are launched, they can reach as high as airplanes and even cause damages to aviation vehicles. The center suggests that citizens find suitable locations to launch firecrackers so as not to affect any air traffic above Nakhon Ratchasima, Khon Ken, Ubon Ratchathani, Udon Thani, Sakhon Nakhon, Nakhon Phanom, Loi, Buriram Royat, and Surin. Citizens are urged to inform their local administration before launching any firecrackers by submitting documentation about what types of firecrackers they intend to launch, as well as a location for the launch, so that all sectors will be ready in the case of an emergency or accident due to the launching of Bang Phai. So there you have it. Boom, they get as high as airplanes now. My goodness.
That looks rather
scary.
not scary, but also quite interesting. I'm very interested to
It is
try
pretty
it out.
interesting, and I think it's only an Isan tradition, because it says they're only urging people in Nakhon Ratchasima, Khon Ken, Ubon Ratchathani, Udon Thani, Sakhon Nakhon.
Well, about 5 years ago, I did go to a big rocket festival in Yasothon. They have a huge rocket festival sometime in May.
Yeah.
And these pictures perhaps look like they could be from Yasothon. Fantastic day.
Yeah. Is it a May Day a May Day celebration? Does it coincide with Labor Day? It might. I don't know.
I just don't know.
It's interesting to find out.
Well, after the break, we've got some stories coming up about a clean creative media campaign, a story about a report for this quarter's financial investment, and a couple of stories about the SWAT cats and how they're using children in the community. So we'll be back after these adverts.
ใกล้ไกลปลอดภัยใส่หมวกกันน็อกทศวรรษแห่งความปลอดภัยทางถนนพ.ศ. 2554 ถึง 2563
Welcome back.
Once again.
Once again, we'll move straight on to our fifth piece of the evening. Nakhon Ratchasima Province and the Provincial Culture Office are pushing a strategy for clean and creative media in the area. Mr. Suchat Nopawan, the Vice Governor of Nakhon Ratchasima Province, opened a meeting for public hearing about a strategy for clean and creative media development. The project is led by Nakhon Ratchasima Province and the Provincial Cultural Office to promote and upgrade clean and safe media in the province. Because nowadays, media such as the internet, television and social network sites like Facebook are so easy to access, the Provincial Cultural Office emphasises the importance of safe and clean media to the public, especially youths. In the meeting, many sectors exchanged their opinions about different strategies for clean and safe media. This will develop a more creative media to the society and and nation in the future. A big problem, Chris, over the past few years has obviously been students logging into Facebook and perhaps giving themselves fake IDs so that they can access adult social interactive sites.
Very
and
possibly.
Trying to keep them as clean as possible.
The footage looked like it was more about, especially in the internet shops, making sure that what they're doing in the internet shops is, not for children under 18. They did show a lot of signs that said, no students during class. I think that's sort of what they want to get a bit more. It's a bit confusing with the word clean media. I think it just means sort of less, I don't know, what would you say, clean meaning?
Perhaps more age appropriate.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Especially for
age appropriate.
youths.
Age-appropriate media. Well, let's hope that works out. Our next story up tonight comes from the BOI, or the Board of Investment. The Board of Investment of Thailand has released their investment report for the first quarter of 2013. The investment rate and investment projects have gained by 24% and 38% respectively as compared to last year. Mr. Uram Wongwitwatchai, the Secretary of the Board of Investment of Thailand, or the BOI, has released the investment report for the first quarter from January until March 2013. The investment rate, as well as investment projects, have increased by 24% and 38% as compared to last year. The majority of investments are in service and public utilities, in the service and public utility sector. The total number of projects is at 137, 90.7 billion baht. Agricultures are the second, with 179 projects having been submitted, and which are worth about 73 billion baht. Third is automobile and machinery parts, followed by petrochemical projects. 130 new projects have been added to the different sectors, and the rest are expansions of existing investments. Japan still holds the title of as the top investor profile for the Bank of Investment of Thailand. So there you go. You have investments increasing throughout Thailand, and it's good to hear that it's in service and public utility sector where most of the money has been going, because you like to see that.
Well, it looks like a scene from Iron Man there. Iron Man 2, perhaps, but with no Robert Downey Jr.
You've been on holiday way too long watching Iron Man movies, probably every other night.
Watching trailers, excited about Iron Man 3, maybe getting down to the EGV at the mall and going in and watching it as soon as that's out in English.
Yeah, well, this is interesting, as that you've seen an increase of 24% and 38% in just a year. So there's, I think Thailand is definitely becoming a hot spot for investors, and Japan still is the leading, still holds the title of the top investor profile for the Bank of Investment.
It's nice to see they're wearing Superman T-shirts as well in the factories. So supporting more EGV movies that will be coming shortly.
He's stuck on that. I'm pretty sure you I'm pretty sure you just liked Facebook, EGV Facebook, like this afternoon or something.
Just today. I do believe in supporting all of our cinemas in Korat, in case they decide to take them away like they did all the bowling alleys, which would surely break my heart. We'll move on to our seventh piece today. SWAT Cats head coach admits that playing BBCU this weekend is a tough challenge. The team has been training very hard to compete with them and are almost certain of victory. Nakhon Ratchasima's football club, or the SWAT Cats, head coach Kong Beng, admits that meeting BBCU this weekend could be difficult work. The team has recently been training at Nakhon Ratchasima's sports complex and will welcome BBCU on Saturday. The head coach says that he has reviewed BBCU's techniques and performances as they are fast, tough, and difficult to goals. Against the team, he has focused on the foreign midfielders. The problem is the foreign midfielders are not quite in harmony yet, so some Thai midfielders will be placed among them. He has directed the team to play fast and seamless football. If they can do this, the team will not lose any points for sure. However, cheering from the SWAT Cats fans will be a big boost. It can help the team players and can help them play better. Right now, Nakhon Ratchasima's football club have 12 points and are in 12th position in the league with 2 wins, 4 losses and 4 draws. BBCU have 16 points, 4 more, with 4 wins and 4 draws. The game will be held at Nakhon Ratchasima's sport complex this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Anyone who can get down there, please do, and support the boys.
Good to know that they're training hard. While you were gone, they announced that SWAT Cats are going to build their own private training facility in, I believe, Ampa Kokwat? Somewhere like that. Kokwat. They're going to build a training facility out there because they have to. Right now, they're still using the King's Stadium out there to do all their training. But yeah.
Well, fantastic. New facilities, new players. I've seen a few more posters with a few more foreign players coming in, and it seems that they could well get promotion this season.
Let's hope so. They do try.
Absolutely.
They do try hard, and yeah, the more, as they mentioned, they said the more fans that are out there cheering them on, that does tend to give confidence to players.
Absolutely.
There's just 130 people in the stand. You kind of go, well.
Have you got your SWAT Cats costume?
Oh, I've got a tattoo on my back.
Okay, good.
Our final piece tonight is also about our beloved SWAT Cats. The SWAT Cats Sports Activity for Kids Day has been well received and regarded as a success, and the program will be expanded to be held twice a year, as many schools are interested in joining the program as well. Mr. Wichan Sodsang-chan, the vice president of the SWAT Cats fan club, announced recently news regarding the sports activity for kids. The last program was held in Ampasida, Nakhon Ratchasima province in 2012 and was regarded as a rousing success. After discussing with club members of the SWAT Cats fan club, the decision was made to add another program so that more schools and students can attend the program. The club plans to hold the program in July this year and another program at the end of the season. The first program will possibly be held somewhere near Non Thai or Keng Sanam Nang district. However, club members need to do a bit more researching and surveying first before they make their decision. The SWAT Cats Fan Club's Sports Day will be held sometime this month and again in June. The club has to make a decision as to the date and location, but will make an announcement once all the details are finalized. So there you go. A lot of kids want to go out there and play sports and meet the athletes, and so they had to expand it to twice a year. They'll have this SWAT Cat sports activity for kids. It's a lovely thing that they do. You see it a lot of times when you watch, as they do on English Premier League. You know, they always, when they walk onto the pitch, they always got
the little fellows
coming with them, boys and girls, and so yeah, it's a good thing. And apparently, there's a lot more schools and students interested in joining it. And as teachers, that might be, if you're a teacher here in Crowson, you might want to urge your school to get involved with that too as well, because for a sports day sort of thing, that'd be a great thing to just tie in with the National Sports Days, is also just going out and having a fun day of playing with.
I think it'd be great if they could get the biter, Luis Suarez, whilst he's having his break and he's having his time off football for 10 games, he could come out and maybe, you know, get involved in the community, do some activities.
And he'll stay with Charlie and ride around Karat on the back of Charlie's bike, I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
I'd probably put some sort of padding on my arms, make sure he didn't bite me. But anyway, I've been Charlie Crowson. That's all we've got time for this evening. We'll be back again next Wednesday.
I'm still Chris Cellette, and yeah, come back next week and say maybe Charlie will be here. It's a mystery. Until then,
good night.